Okay, so the loyalty ladder was a big deal, as you can see, and reveals what we call a big opportunity gap. And when we put our processes in place, I can tell you that whole idea of moving clients to advocate status and having advocates duplicate themselves is a real thing. And we'll get back to that. So let's go to the second revealing exercise. And let me say this. I think that there's more positive information here that's revealed about your clients and about your practice and anything else that we do. And so I see the phones out, and I know you're going to want to take shots of this again. So I'll tell you, so don't do it yet. There are going to be 3 parts to this. And when we get to the end of the slide, I'll tell you when to take a picture. So make your clients the voice is what we call this particular exercise. And as with everything that we do at USA Financial and at the Advisor Protocol Division, part of the coaching and consulting is, as we know, the words matter. And so my team and I are very keen on scripting, and we teach you how to do this. And yeah, the first time you hear a script or you practice something, it's a little bit foreign, but I promise you it becomes second nature. And this particular exercise, without the proper verbiage, without the proper scripting, it doesn't reveal what it could. So 3 questions, and think of it this way. I wonder what would happen if you called your 5 best clients, your 5 best, the people that love you, they trust you, they're all about it. The phone rings and they see that it's you and they're happy to jump on. I wonder if you said something like this to them. And especially people that you've had long-standing relationships with. We know from our client interaction that those long-tenured clients really appreciate that you would come back and ask them about their experience. What if you called them up and said something like this? Hey, we sure appreciate these 13 years that we've had with you. Thanks for the trust and confidence in us, and we never take this relationship for granted. And, recently we've taken on the services of a consultant for the purposes of perfecting and elevating the client experience we provide. We talked about that earlier. And we've decided to make our clients the voice that we listen to. And so we just thought we would reach out and spend a few minutes with you and ask you about your experience with us. What would your clients say to that? Well, of course they'd be excited about it. And you'd go on and say something like, think of this as of a sort of client advisory board. Listen, now there are no meetings for you to attend, nothing that you have to do, but I just want you emotionally and philosophically to think of it that way. Is that okay? Again, our experience has been clients are like, yeah, we're all about that. So then we get into it. And with that backdrop, the first question that you're going to ask is, what's the one thing that you value most about your relationship with us? And again, scripting, the words matter. This question is not, what do you like about us? What do you value most? It's too generic. We want it to be specific. I want the client emotionally and philosophically invested in the exercise. So we have to point the question right at them. What's the one thing you value most about your relationship with us? What's the number one answer to that? Yeah, well, already, yeah, it is trust. People say, yeah, I trust you. You're always accessible. We hear that a lot. Hey, you take complex ideas and you make them very simple. This is something we found out from client interaction. They don't say stuff they don't mean. Don't take for granted that your clients say they trust you. It's a big deal. We trust you. You're always accessible when we need you. And, thanks for making the complex issues around financial stuff easy to understand. To which you'd say something like, thank you so much. Those are foundational to our firm. We never take those things for granted. They will never change. Question number 2 then is, if you could add one thing to your client experience with us, what would that be? Now, again, not like, hey, what could we improve? What do you want to see us add? No. Point this right at the client. If you could add one thing to your client experience with us, what would that be? What do you think your best clients would say to you? And here we start to get some silence. I know most of you haven't asked this question before. I get it. It's meaningful to do it. We'll work you through how. Oftentimes clients will say, well, nothing. I can't think of anything. And then advisors will tell me, hey, see, we're just as awesome as we said we were. Okay, I get it. I'll give you 50% of that. The other 50% we have found, though, is an industry bias. What do I mean by that? Hey, I said at number 1, I trust you. you're accessible, all the things that are important, you're already doing. What else could there be? So nothing. I can't think of anything. Then clients will go on to say things like, hey, we'd love to see you more. We really enjoy our interactions with you. Hey, do you do educational events? Do you do workshops and stuff like that? People say, oh, I would like to see your portal be updated, or we hear different things like that. And you would say to your clients, then, thank you so much. We're asking all of our best clients about their experience, and we're taking all of the input under advisement. And as we bring on new services, we'll keep you apprised throughout the year. Thank you so much. And then the clincher. And it's the final question. And it has to be teed up this way. It is what reveals the best and biggest opportunity gaps. And that question is, if you don't mind my asking, when you talk about us to friends or family members, people important in your life, maybe it's a business colleague, what do you say? And then I tell my advisors, shut your mouth and wait for the answer. Oftentimes here, the silence is deafening. Ordinarily, not ordinarily, initially, it's a tough question to ask, but as you get into it, and your clients come to appreciate it. What do you think the number one answer to question number 3 is? Yes, it is. It's the answer to number 1. I just tell my friends, I love you, I trust you, you're accessible, thanks for making the complex ideas simple. That's earned. That's deserved. Clients don't make that stuff up. It's exactly 0% compelling. No disrespect to any of you. Listen, I'm not having a beer with my best friend and I say, look, my advisor, she's phenomenal. I trust her, and she's always accessible. Watch, I'll send her a text right now. She'll hit me right back. She's fantastic, and she's skilled and makes complex ideas really simple. What does my friend say to me? Cool. Thanks for mentioning your advisor. It sounds a lot like my advisor right now, but if I ever get in a jam, it's good to know that you have an advisor like mine, and not compelling. Not compelling. I'm not revealing any secrets here. And so remember we talked about earlier, fundamental human communication. There's no rocket science here. It's fundamental human communication. Unless and until I understand how introducing you reflects back on me, I'm not going to do it. I'll refer you, but I won't introduce you. Second most popular to answer to question number 3 is, I don't talk about you because I don't want to talk about money. Very revealing, isn't it? That your clients think the only way to talk about you is by talking about money. And they don't want to. Listen, let me ask you this. Your advisors, forget it now. Your friends, your best friends, assuming that your best friends are not your clients, how much do you really know about the money situation of your best friends? I mean, specifically, yes, you can see the lifestyle and those types of things. You sort of get a feel for it, but do you know the specifics? No, but of course not. We're leaving our clients to talk about us in terms of money. They're not going to do it. Listen, the only thing more difficult than sharing with my best friend about my money is asking him about his. Most popular answer number 3 to question number 3. I don't talk about you, but I would. I don't know what to say. Bingo. There it is. These are the advocates. These are the people, the movable middle clients that we move to advocate status. I can't tell you how many of them, when we've developed and refined processes and worked with our advisors and we've gone back to these advocates, how many times they say, oh my gosh, thank you, there it is. Finally, I know how to describe you. I don't want to talk about money or your skills as an advisor, but I do want to talk about you. And when we develop and refine the process, your proprietary process, we make you that great bottle of wine that they want to share. We put a handle on the intangible nature of financial services. Does it make sense? Yeah, of course it does. So get your phones out. There it is. Those are the 3 questions. That's a freebie. Listen, if I never talk to you ever again, ask the questions. Find out true, deep information about how your best clients describe the experience with you. Okay? And then let's get together on defining your process, building your process. and make something special happen there.